Brachiosaur. I don't know why I said that. I just say things, but yeah. Everything set up. Then not capturing. Double capture. Now. Ooh, I forgot to mute that. Little princess. There we go. What is up? Today we're gonna be doing Slay the Princess. It's a visual novel. That's all I know about it. I've been wanting to play this for a while because it looks really good. Anyways, so what do we? Give me a second and we'll get into this. Good. Finish doing some stuff real quick. Perfect. Woman catcher? Yeah, I'm a woman catcher. Yeah, just all that. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspective and new beginnings. This is a love story. Kind of bad. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
A pretty princess.
You're here to slay her.
Oh.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Whatever you say, bud. What's up, Six Sticks? I think everything here good. I think that's just accent references. Explorer? The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe she's the only reason she's killing a princess? God, there's so many choices. Hold up. Dude, that's a good song too. I'm gonna pick that. We get some sort of reward. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. Give a little revolution. Could just turn around and leave. Leave her there. Hey. Okay.
Of
yeah,
course
I'll
I
do
haven't.
that.
Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Who said?
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Who's to say? In the world? What are you talking about? Maybe we could. Oh wait, so I can just choose all of these. Okay, so I'll just do. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's locked up, she's going to end up.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Oh, really?
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Sure.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
The world will end, not if I step in.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
What if I don't want to slay her? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, princesses? I don't know. Entree. Entree. Can someone else do this?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
And you just want a reward. That's all.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's
I want to know my
secret,
prize.
but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Whatever you say.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess.
How is this locking her up if she's so powerful?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I will be believing her.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Why do I sound like that? Among Us, Skibbity Toilet, Sigma, Rids Mid. I was about to make the title playing the Gatchis. I mean, the Gat. Yeah.
Ignore him.
Sound like a
He doesn't
nerd,
know what
dude.
he's talking about.
I'm him. Rude?
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are
open
painted in a
windows.
fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
I want to know all what's in there.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. I'll take
You
the
take
blade.
the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
You got a point. Go into the basement. I guess.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
It will not be doing
Her
her a
voice
favor because I would live
carries up
here.
the stairs.
Who's there?
Oh, that sounded good.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Because she is. This is her home, pretty much.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi!
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Oh.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Kind of
There's a
bad.
heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus
She's
on
not.
the task at hand.
Okay.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yeah, but... Just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat.
She makes a
Fine.
compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
She's chained
Don't
up.
you dare.
Actually, she broke one of the chains right there.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
That's what I'm saying. Leave her be. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Yippee!
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah, talk.
Against your better
She's
judgment,
bad.
you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here
I'll
we
be
are.
forgetting.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship? That's what I'm saying.
Don't
Hold up, I
jump to
don't
any
even read
weird
the others.
conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Yeah. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people out here who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Do you know I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. I'm not gonna do that yet. With ending this.
She hesitates before answering.
What's your name? You come here, what's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
No.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I trust her. She's bad.
Too long.
Again, she
Behold.
offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Trust her though.
Don't just
Yeah.
tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You
But I
not.
don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
So you've been here
Just
for a
how long
while.
has she been down here?
Exactly.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they're not. You gonna do if I leave
Princess
out?
hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what
I will
she'd
not
do
die
in another
6-6.
life.
I'll be fine. I'll live this all out. Trust the baddie.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Whatever you say,
I
narrator.
don't think I
don't
can
like your
answer
narrator.
that question in a way you'd find meaningful.
What do you mean? You did the bad choice? I did a bad choice by trying to get the baddie?
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
That's what I'm saying. Take that one, 6-6.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Oh, really?
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
You can't even
She has
kill
a
me.
point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
I just realized. I think it's... Okay. Oh, wait, I can't change that. Okay, never mind.
So,
Suppose my face cam's
I
stuck
could
in the
tell
thing,
you
but I
that I'd
can't
lead a
change that
quiet
with
life in the
stream
woods,
element.
or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can
Daddy
my word
equals bad
possibly be
die.
worth in a situation like this?
Give me a chance, 6-6. Give me a chance. I can change her. I change others. I can fix her.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Your mama's word isn't worth anything. I don't.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
And I trust you, baddie.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong.
Trust you, baddie.
This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Really? How to get you out
You
of here?
can't. Don't bother.
Shut up, narrator.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
You want me to cut your arm off?
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
I'm not gonna kill her, dude.
I'm sure of it.
I'll bring a mop to clean up the blood. Don't trust her. I'm going to trust her, buddy.
Oh,
I'm gonna trust her no matter what you say. What I do is what I do, okay?
You know why you're here.
Things change, buddy. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. We'll make a save there. I'm gonna slay her.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the
battle.
battle.
With my arm.
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated.
You fail horribly.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times with the
Am I a lizard?
the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Is this really the best you could do?
Oh.
Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies
why are you
more
gonna
pressure,
be disappointed
slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
Please.
This is the end, isn't it?
This is not the end.
I'm afraid it is.
Dude!
Everything goes dark, and you die.
That's awesome. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
It's just... Yeah. What?
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
I know what I saw. You died? Dude, I could have gotten her if I didn't try to kill her. You got to be 6'6". I could have bagged her, okay? I could have gotten her.
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
She only killed me because I tried to fight.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
She's not.
She's not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
I'm not going to be second-guessing myself. Yeah, it just happened.
Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Because I tried to get him. I'm just a funny toaster man, don't blame me. You're the one that put the thoughts in my mind about killing her. It's like the 5G internet all over again.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die. What were we supposed to do to stop her then?
She was
what
bad.
What are we supposed to do to stop her now?
A bad guy.
She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
So did have it, screw you.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
It is consequence-free.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Is time rewinding itself?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains, and let her do whatever she wants. It's all just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So
good for you, a woman.
I believe in you.
I'm just...
Just be quick about it.
Oh no.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. We're not. We might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic.
You got a point.
You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from...
I want to see my princess again.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Lying?
I'll be believing.
Cheating? Why would she even bother? She didn't need to do anything like that last time. She caught us off guard last time. We'll be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us.
Got your mother off guard last time.
At least one of you still has a shred of sense. Just make sure you listen to him and not that whiner.
Leave her be.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Yeah. I mean, that was the only choice that could have done there.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay.
Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
True. Look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
I
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen.
What? Am I schizophrenic?
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and enter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below.
The smell of incest?
You almost feel at ease.
Like hitting the coffin of Andy and Lele, holy crap.
Huh.
I am at ease.
This is actually kind of nice.
Why did my TV just turn on? Hold up. But oh, there we go. Sorry about that. The TV just turned on. I'll turn my volume a bit. There you go. It's kind of nice.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Sure.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time.
Little demon, you silly little guy.
She wants us to see her. We need
little
to see
little girl.
her.
We do need to get
Should
down
we be
there.
worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there.
I do.
It doesn't matter what
I
that
want to go down there.
says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
What I'm saying. Knee down.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom,
Are you
entering
serious?
the vast, temple-like room beyond.
Why, Grandma? What the freak? Why just fell on the stairs?
The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the
yeah.
weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
I want you.
You brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity.
You ready to stop talking about? He's not talking about you.
Drop it.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp.
Okay.
It clatters uselessly
I didn't even
to the
click
floor.
that. Did that misclick? Hold on. Watch the stream back. Oh, that's good.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you
I
really
kinda
just
did.
going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade.
I tightened it.
Of course we dropped it. She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
I do.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Which one? O'Neill.
On her command,
She's
you
the
fall
baddie.
to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird.
Don't
Now,
say that.
why don't we talk? The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me.
Yes, sure you could.
The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations.
Whatever you say. Oh, I didn't mean.
It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize
Stop
it.
calling me that.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson.
Bro, why is she actually a baddie though? That's what I'm saying. Look at her. Look at her. She is a baddie.
You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
Your mother will happen.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it?
I can
He's
feel it in
being
this crowd.
melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay,
Mom.
first things first, you're going to
Making
have to
your mom
stuff
jokes.
those
It
pessimistic thoughts
It's so
someplace
unfunny.
far, far
It would
away
be unfunny.
and commit yourself to what needs to be done.
Oh, of your pessimistic thoughts. Got pranked.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
Say that first. What happened to you after I died?
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird.
Stop calling me that.
There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it.
Sure.
But it is not a place for
She kind of looks like
equal.
Spooky from Spooky
It is a
Self-Care
place
Mansion.
for something worthy to be kept.
Yeah, she does.
A priest,
That's a fire game though.
perhaps, or a pet.
Stop calling me a pet, dude. I'm not into that. She looks like a better version of Spooky. Oh.
Your will was so easily broken.
I mean, you're a baddie.
Am I that magnificent? All you
Yeah.
need to do now is break my chains.
I'm too small.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
Look at her! Hubba hubba!
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's
Too
still
bad.
something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Echo being the narrator?
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
Don't say that.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits,
Oh.
trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh.
Ah!
It's the widest scream I've heard.
I'm allowed to make that joke. I'm white.
Rise, my little bird.
Calling me that.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a blade. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Oh. Yeah, what happens if I don't believe?
Poor,
Wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. Once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
It's like 1984
Please, don't do this.
for you, buddy.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. nothing, and then everything.
Alright then. They do not take her hand. Something has taken her away and it's left something in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
They kill my baddie.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I'll just
I'm begging
approach
you,
it.
don't do this.
Shut up!
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final. I don't want to look at us.
Too bad.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. I don't want to
like
look
you
at
said.
us.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that's empty. It is quiet here. Oh shoot. My baddie.
Something finds me in the long quiet
Whoa.
and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is it the end of the world? Let her out of there? You know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? God, there's so many options. Do you know about the world beyond this place? Are you a princess? Do we know each other? I'll do that.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Fair enough. You were always a princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I don't know. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay, but what are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What
In
are
a
you?
city. Person.
A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Okay, we're back.
We
Sure.
are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are we? It's the end of the world.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Fair point. Gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
Oh no.
This one is dominance, a figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
I will be mourning.
Let her out
I'm
of there.
sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I
You're
promise
bud.
that it doesn't hurt.
Looks like it hurts. Look at that. You know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space
Fair.
we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. You know about the world at the end of this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay, I'll just... Your world cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight.
Dude.
We cannot harm each other as we are now. Nothing as we are. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
I believe you.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Oh my god. Just gotta find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
20 more pieces?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Fair enough. What shall I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. Let's go ahead.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Okay.
You won't.
Dude.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is
I didn't beat it because I didn't get the beating achievement, right? Yeah, I don't think I did that.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. I think everything will be the same. So I'll just go ahead.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Yo, entree. Entree.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Among Us Skibidi Toilet Rids Mid.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
That's real.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Exactly.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Because she is.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Maybe I want to be manipulated.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Hello, my wife, Mitski.
You walk down the stairs.
Patty, my dad is back.
Eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Just want to go try and get her. What? No way.
That
Why would you
giant
even
knife
think
you're
that?
holding kind of gives it away, doesn't
Exactly.
it?
She is a baddie.
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. We
Oh,
want to have a
why should've-
conversation at knife point.
Where's the smash
Drop
button?
it.
Not nowhere yet.
Don't you dare.
We drop
It's
it.
fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
It's fine.
The blade tumbles out of your
I'm
trembling
gonna try and get her this
hands
time.
and drops to the floor with an
gonna be mine.
unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah.
Against your better judgment, you step
Heavy.
forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Brother said
Unarmed.
yet. Yeah. Not yet. I'll force the game to happen.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, we
I
will.
don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
pretty awkward.
I just said that. Now why are you here to
Sorry.
kill me? And
Exactly.
yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think?
No.
So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a
It's
fair
not.
question.
Trust me.
Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
I'll be distracted
I'm
by
right,
her.
aren't I? So who put you up to this?
Oh no.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note
Fine.
the lack of detail.
I guess.
You can't trust her.
What'd I
You
get you out of here?
can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing
bad.
you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Yeah, yeah.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
She is not.
Too long.
Again, she offers
Fair.
no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
I'm
Oh,
sucked off.
have you decided what to do with me?
You
Yeah.
know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me.
I'm not kidding.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large
Yes.
and heavy, far too solid for you to
Oh.
even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
As they would. Yeah, I'll go
I'll
check
be
upstairs.
here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs
Dude.
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Okay, but
You
You can
try
try
the
the
door,
door.
but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
dude,
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is
done.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
Everyone. Me.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Huh?
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Too bad. Save the
Against
princess.
your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Look at me like that, dude.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
No.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Dude, I'm gonna...
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
Okay, next time I'm not gonna grab the knife.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It seems like every time I do this, it just...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Shoot the cabin, because we've already been through all that.
A warning. Before she will lie.
She will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Key to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
The layout
is different too. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Just go in and press the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Is this going to be a hallucination again?
About? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least
it'll be a mirror, and it's just...
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone.
Except for
If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back. I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade.
Fine.
Are you sure?
Or no?
What if she... I don't know... turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about
I'm
this.
gonna say this.
Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful. Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Fine.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the per voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
I did bad.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed? I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted?
I don't want to trust her.
Strangulation can be very distracting. She's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Too bad. Okay.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
Oh, okay.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Oh.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned.
This is like the stuff you read my wife
for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself? She isn't dead yet. Finally, You hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Your favorite game for my favorite voice actor? This is actually pretty good so far. I don't know who the voice actor is, but I'm really liking it.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead.
I didn't want to slay her, I want her.
Congratulations! You saved the world. Are you sure she's not winking at us? Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased.
Who says? Like, oh my god, she is so pretty. I know, she's a baddie.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Her reward better be the princess.
Take her with us, don't you think? What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that? I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world.
The voice actor is Jonathan Sims, made a cool horror podcast. I might have heard about that. I might have heard about Jonathan's. Hold up. Look that up real quick.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
I don't want to leave.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax. I'm just keeping myself sharp.
Yeah, no,
I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
I'm on team... I'll take her with me because she's a baddie.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't.
Whatever you say.
She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Fine.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Please treat the princess with more respect, gang. I'm trying to treat her with respect. This is the second playthrough though, so next time I'm not gonna take the blade. Because, you know, that could help. Get her to trust me a bit more so I can get her. I'm gonna bag you.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
What? Do I not get anything?
Well played.
I knew it. Actually, the skeptic knew it first, but... I didn't say it, so it's technically not true.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... Over? Is he gone?
Oh.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Yeah, well, this lady is my world. Didn't think about that one, did you? How not to treat a princess 101? I've been trying to treat her, but stupid narrator won't let me get her.
Thanks for carrying me up here.
Hi,
I had to take it on
Sixer.
faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
It was pretty cold. Yep, and it's back to the arm lady. She's so pretty. Why do we need to kill her again? Because she's apparently gonna end the world, which she just did. But
she's gone. Where did she go?
Addie, end of world.
Should we try and find her?
Addie's kind of more important. I'm fine with the world ending as long as I have a baddie.
Well, there's that.
Let's head there again. Why is it here by now?
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right.
It is.
Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
She will lie, cheat, and do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. I'm fine with deceptive woman. It's not gonna end. Whatever is on the other side is gonna be nice. It's the end for you, but not me. I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay. I'm just going to approach it. I want the baddie. I'm a simp. So am I.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
I don't think it's science.
Oh. Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your own reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. It's just that again. You've grown. Oh. I think it's with every playthrough, like, different. You find yourself in a long quiet once again. Oh. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Which side?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Sure.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
That's true.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
At the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I'm not going to kill her. You want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Have any thoughts in this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Let's go and destroy my body.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Just ready to go
I
back.
long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
We will.
Yippee!
A hero and a princess.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here to slay her.
And I am here to slay her.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've been meaning to.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
I'm going to just try that.
Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Okay, fine.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Forever.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. But let me tell you right now that you're making the correct decision for pretty much everyone. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses.
Let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I can take the blade. Sigils, trust me more.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing.
Different.
It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes.
Now she's looking at me like that. There we go.
There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Exactly.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
You can't say what about saying that.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Yes.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'm not.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Okay.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
Oh,
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Yes.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
I don't want to hurt you.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door of the... Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
And I'll just return.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal.
Still kind of batty there.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh. Slay, warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Slay. Resist, slay. I was just making sure it wasn't.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Fair.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, because you're a baddie.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently,
white boy.
I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Okay, slay her. Yep, and then it's gonna go proceed.
A warning. Before you go,
Yeah.
she will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last
Exactly.
time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do. But I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright. And I think the mirror's just gonna vanish again. But I'll still
Walk
approach
up
it.
to the wall next. What are you talking?
Yeah.
You reach, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never
Still in the
know.
basement.
We can't
take
gallantly
it
sweep her
again.
off her feet if we have a feather out of. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I would live here,
A
dude.
soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
It's
We
not.
don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
Shut up.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be
Can I
able
say
to
it?
hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear
Yeah.
that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero.
Uh-huh.
Flattery really
You
goes
are.
a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
Look, where's my thing bugging? Okay.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Yeah.
Well, she killed us.
But
It isn't made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Killed me last time. It hurt a lot. I didn't bring a knife up after I died. I have to ask to get into what.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Yeah!
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Telling her what to do. She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I just felt like a gremlin.
You died, and now we're talking.
Good.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
What I was to say.
My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure.
You should be so sure.
No.
Rescue the princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, you'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I did that.
princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Exactly.
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Are
you want to end the world?
Seriously asking her that?
Oh, we've been over this one. No, I do not want to end the world.
Exactly.
I just want to make you happy.
I just want to make you happy.
She's not a freak, dude. Dale, we're safe. Thought I'd make her freak.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy. Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Okay, that was awesome.
No! She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Why is it here? Yeah, let's go and approach.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just...
It won't hurt. All distant. Gaze. You're gone once again. You always leave. I've withered. Gone quiet again. I'm at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away, all of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
I'm just ready to go back. I don't want to ask.
When it is time for us to meet again.
And I die. Yep, here
You're on a path in the woods.
Then we continue.
You make your way up the shore.
For saving her. This time I won't, like,
the interior of the cabin is almost entire. The door to the basement.
Don't be a stranger. It's been...
You're only making this more...
Maybe there's some way to break the chain?
You make your way to the bottom of the... Fine. No, we won't have any of that.
Oh.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's, but she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me? I don't know what's come over you.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through, but you have a weapon. You raise the... It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it can't just end. As much as I'd prefer for things to... Everything goes dark.
The witch.
Your Honor, you're here. A warning, she will... Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
Go ahead and proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
I don't think they're connected, so after this I can just load back.
The blade is your implement. No blade. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time, and we still... The door to the basement creaks open. The weak starlight from the air, her voice.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs.
I don't know why I was skipping through that. So
don't be scared.
There's new dialogue.
Probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Yeah.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to... You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps,
even more
entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. Do you remember?
I know, I'm just like that.
Do you remember last time?
Greatest at everything. Because I'm just like that.
No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
Yes.
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Oh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it. Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Yeah.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
No.
And turn my back on you? Do you think me a fool? Your tricks are one of the only things I've known, and I've learned better by now.
No.
Just go first. The princess leans close, her nose twitching as she sniffs your neck inquisitorially. What is she doing?
She's
I
tweaking.
think she's trying to figure out if we're lying, so it's a good thing we didn't lie.
Yeah.
Your stink is the stink of a wretch, but not of a liar. If I have to go first, I'll go first. But I'll have you know my ears are sharp, and I've got eyes on the back of my head. They'll be watching.
Eyes on the back of her head? Does she really? No, we're fine. The princess pointedly turns her back on you and starts up the stairs. You follow close behind her, the two of you walking on tiptoes through the knotted roots of the basement stairs.
We're almost there. You better not try anything. I know you're thinking it.
Us? No, never. Just keep your eyes peeled when you get out of the basement, if you catch my drift. I don't follow. Oh, you'll know it when you see it. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and crosses over the threshold, turning back to smile at you. But something catches her eye. Oh no. Oh no? It's the blade, isn't it? I was going to tell you to grab it once we got upstairs. That was the whole keep your eyes peeled thing, and then you would have stabbed her in the back and we would have been winners.
I wonder if perhaps you were planning to bury this in my back. What an awful little scheme that would be. Too bad I got here first, and I don't even need it. Bye-bye, you loathsome little nuisance.
Then she slams the door on you. Its lock swiftly clicks into place. Locked in the basement, I thought for sure she was just going to stab us. The princess cackles from the other side of the door.
How does it feel to be locked away and forgotten by the world? Isn't it just awful?
You throw yourself against the door. It won't budge.
As if I could ever trust you after everything you've done to me. And after what I've done to you, you can't trust me either. Neither of us is ever getting out of here. It's in our nature to be trapped. I do, but I just couldn't help myself. And we both know that you're already scheming about how to get back at me if I ever open this door. So we're going to stay exactly as we are right now. For as long as either of us lives. No, you're going to sit down there forever, languishing.
Fine.
Why isn't he saying anything? I think he's gone.
Oh, I didn't think I'd ever have to see you face to face again. Otherwise, I might have given you a little more courtesy at the top of the stairs. No hard feelings, I'm sure. Why is everything going away? I feel cold.
Goes back to that. You don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. Come to leave. Memory
She's
returns.
Gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Okay, actually,
Why is it
try
here?
load it then. Approach.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Was just so small and distant. Gaze. I've unraveled. So I just died on there. Find yourself in a long quiet. Proceed to the cabin. I'm at the cabin. Approach her.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
And you know what? Let's just go and go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
I die. You're the princess, so I'm gonna try again to get her instead
You're
of just
on a
spamming.
path. You're
Yep.
the interior of the blade is your.
To the basement.
The door to the base.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please.
You walk down. She's beautiful.
Oh wait. This is like everything. Well, let me look some up real quick. Okay, I think it's fine. So I'm going to go back to this. I think that is fine. Wait, no, load. Yeah. I'm just trying to grab her.
That sounds perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
phew. She's back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless.
Exactly.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually.
Yeah.
Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because
I will
moping
too.
is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting?
Dude.
The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you
But
wouldn't
she's
understand.
hot.
Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
Yeah!
Place your hand on the door, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Yeah!
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything
Should
go?
make out,
Where
that's
did
what we should
he
do.
go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
Cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold.
Uh-huh.
Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Yeah, feathers. Dang. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Nobody ever. It's time for you to leave. Henry
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
What's the mirror?
This doesn't feel right. It feels... Yes.
Grand final.
I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Small and distant gaze. They're gone once again. What's in it? The wizard? I've already seen that. Cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Yeah, ready to go.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Oh, my Steam achievements real quick. Visit the store page. Achievement. Nowhere? No achievements? Okay, never mind, I guess. Everything goes dark and you die. Oh, you see? Hold up.
You're on a path in the woods.
So, I'm gonna look at the Steam achievements real quick. Oh, not that one, not that one. That one. But not buy because, you know, we're just pausing. I don't know if it'll show what I'm doing. The profile. Or activity. Do you think it would be in library? 15 out of 97 achievements. Finish the game. Everything is possible. Choice and dude, there's so much stuff. Actually, I think I will end it here. Because, yeah, there's so much. Okay. So we'll be ending it here. If you liked it, it's cool, I guess. But just, make sure to like, subscribe if you want, and just